So here I am. Hopefully I've arrived. Hopefully I'm coming through loud and clear. I've arrived in London, or just outside London. So for the next 5 days, I'm going to be on a public speaking course with one of the top public speakers in probably the world, actually. So I'm going to be training with these people. So why am I doing that? Because I feel it's a necessary skill I need to add to my attributes, and I need to develop and hone for the next level I want to go to. I also believe, actually, I'll be, watch out for, we might be live streaming this. We'll be live streaming possibly with My Deposit. So I'm going to be on their forum, on their panel on Tuesday. We're going to have an MSP. We're going to have John Blackwood from the Scottish Landlord Associations. Richard Cook's going to be on the same panel. I'm going to be on as well. And Paul Champolin is going to be on the panel as well. And he's part of My Deposits, which is Hamilton Fraser, which is a custodial scheme for the deposit system in Britain, in Scotland actually. And most people know Paul from Slum Landlords, Tenants from Hell. So Paul's going to be meeting up with us. Paul's actually going to be on my Sunday slot at some point in time in the near future. So he's agreed to do that with me. So watch out for that, because it'll be interesting. You'll be able to ask him all questions about, does he get into fisticuffs with people and stuff like that. But yeah, I'm on this speakers course. It's called the Jet Set Speakers Course with Andy Harrington and 30 other people who've actually been, honing and developing our skills up to this point in order to come up with a presentation for what our proposition is and what we want to do and what we want to achieve out of the things that we're doing. I believe, again, as I come back to saying, it is a necessary thing I need to do in order to get the best circumstances and get the best negotiation for my customers, because that then keeps me at the edge, on the forefront of everything that I do from day to day. So that's what adds value to what we are doing. A constant learning process. It's called Kaizen. Now, Kaizen was actually developed by the Americans after the Japanese had given up during the war, and they were helping them rebuild. So an American called Kaizen actually helped them develop it, and this is what he developed. And the Kaizen development actually, and the phrase comes from never-ending improvements. And the Japan actually adopted that as their mantra to develop the country later on, and actually became the people they are today as a result of that, and move forward. But one of the things I want to talk about, and I've actually got it in the highlight here, is good evening, Angela. It's weird because it's only like 6 o'clock and it's pitch black outside and a full moon, and everybody's got, is it bedtime yet? So one of the things that I was talking about in here is believe that I will figure it out. Now, I talked about the other day about the can-do attitude and how important that is in your life, about, having that can-do attitude, and that will accelerate you to a completely different level of where you are just now. And then the next one, I think, is believe that you will actually figure it out. So what do I mean by that? Well, this outlook really goes hand in hand with that can-do attitude. Again, it refers to the individual who's always looking to be responsible to solve an actual problem in itself. Even if you're not sure about how you do something, the best answer probably in that situation is, yeah, okay, I'll figure it out. No, I don't know. That's not the thing to say, because you're instantly dismissing that. You're cutting yourself off from solving the problem. You're telling your brain straight away to stop thinking about it. When in actual fact, most people left to their own devices and said they will figure it out, do actually go and figure it out. It's amazing. And in all the books I've read before, somebody actually gave me this great idea. They said, look, if there's an issue or a problem or a thing that you've got challenging in your life just now, stop thinking about it, put it in a wee mental box, okay? Wait 2 or 3 days, open the box back up, and you'll probably have a solution. And 99 times out of 100, that's worked every single time for me. I can't believe that, but it's true. It's having that I will figure it out attitude. No one really values a person, and I've seen it all before, running companies and manufacturing before as part of the management structure. No one really values a person that just says, I don't have the information and I'm not really bothered. This response does nothing for your credibility and confidence, and I really don't agree with the claim to a certain degree that, and I'll tell you why, and I'll elaborate on that, because immediately everybody will jump on the bandwagon and go, well, that's not really telling the truth. I don't agree with the claim that you should tell people if you don't know something. Here's why. How does it help the situation? Think about that. Do you really want to brag about your inability? Or think that the marketplace or your customers value honesty so much that they want to admit that you're actually wasting their time and they're wasting your time? You can admit that you're unfamiliar with something as long as you immediately follow up with a mission and the promise that you'll figure it out and some way will find a solution to the problem at hand. Now, throwing up your hands to the task will not move things forward at all. Okay, so communicate to yourself and others that you're willing to do what's necessary to actually figure it out in the process. This is a classic. This takes me back to my days of management and manufacturing. It's, we used to sit and have, lots of challenges, and it's great. I mean, if you've not got problems in your life, you're not achieving anything, because the problems are what you need to solve in order to actually achieve something in the first place. If you've got problems, welcome to the club. Congratulations. They're there to be solved. And in manufacturing before, what we did was anything that came up as a team, we all used to sit around the table and we used to say, right, okay, who's going to take this on board? Who's going to do that? Who's going to do this? And I'll guarantee the people that are most successful were the people that actually says, I'll do it. And then they took it on board, even though they didn't want to do it. They took it on board, they went away and did it, and they brought back the solution later on. And sure enough, these were the people that progressed in the company. And these were the people that progressed in their life as well, as a result, because that same skill set doesn't just follow in your job, it also follows you outside of that as well, and everything that you do from day to day. So I think that's a really good thing. But you need to communicate to others, as I said. I maybe don't know the answer just now, but leave it with me and I'll go and find out the answer. Okay? An alternative response to that is, I don't know. Great question. Let me check into that and figure it out. And you're still being honest, remember. That's the whole point. But you're inciting a solution instead of implying an ineptitude. That's really what it comes down to. So it's all about focusing on that and focusing on the solution and focusing on how you can come into that solution. And I'll talk about something else tomorrow, more than likely. But I'm on a hard shift for the next 5 days. I'm on 9 o'clock in the morning until 8 o'clock at night, and it's working all the way through that time with little breaks in between, and that's for 5 days solid. So good luck, Jim. And I'll probably see you tomorrow for a wee chat again. Bye bye for now.